Good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Dr. K. Kannan, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science with Cyber Security. Today we are discuss about in introduction to cognitive design pattern and what are the cognitive design pattern like how humans think, perceive and process information, how creating the interfaces of align with natural of cognitive process. So first of all is we created the foundation in cognitive psychology principles. It explain the user behaviors and application is applied to persona and scenario development. It is a value of the creating the design that align the natural cognitive process, the reducing the friction of enhancing user experience. Next one is understanding the cognitive biases is called as the seek of tendency to seek of informations that confirms of existing beliefs, ignoring the contradictory of evidence, and anchoring bias like relying too heavily first information received and influencing of subsequent decision. And next one is availability heuristic is called as the overestimating the importance of easily and recall the information of regardless of actual frequency. And the status of Q bias is like that the current state and affairs the resistance of change even when the beneficial. And is a framing effect like how information is presented affect decision with the equivalent of content leading to different choices based on presentation. Next one is developing the cognitive personas is like that beyond the demographics include the cognitive of characteristics like thinking styles and decision patterns. And the next one is cognitive bias analysis, identify the bias in a different persona, behaviors and decision making. And mental model mapping like understanding how persona is contemplates of system and task. And information processing is like the personas prefer the receive and processing in informations. It is a decision pattern making is evaluate the personas and make the choices based on cognitive tendencies. Next one is cognitive persona analysis like bias identification and pattern recognition and cognitive load assessment and decision triggers. The bias identification like the tools of UX score, the persona to identify the relevant of cognitive biases and pattern recognition like finding the common thinking pattern across the personas and understanding the mental effort required for the task in cognitive load assessment and identifying what influence persona the choices from the decision triggers. Next one is understanding the mental models like definition and internal representation, how the system work in user minds, and formation is based on experience, the prior knowledge, and we will gain for all the culture of context. Next one is type is like that is structural and functional and behavior mental models, and the impact is how mental model is influence the interaction and expectation. It's like that of understanding mental models and creating a cognitive maps like mind maps is tree like structures which central topic branching into the subtopics and concept of maps is like that complex visualization showing and relation between the concept and process is how to conduct and cognitive mapping the interviews and analysis is like identifying the pattern and the connection in user thinking. The application is cognitive maps inform the design decision and create the intuitive interfaces. And it is a main major role of the creative of cognitive maps is the mind maps is very important because of the tree like the structure of central topic, the branching into the subtopic. So it is a mind maps we including for the cognitive maps, and the concept maps is like visualization of all the relationship between the concept, because of the sub topics are given, but more visualization is showing like that is the relationship between the concept, and also easily we can visualization for showcasing for all the relationship between the concept, and the process is nothing but it is how to conduct and cognitive of mapping the interviews, and analysis is like that the identifying the patterns and connections of user thinking. That is the main application is major role is the cognitive map inform the design decision and create the interview of interfaces. This is one of the type, and its a conclusion is how to creating the map and UI UX design. Thank you.